Welcome back, hacker. Let's keep going. Last time I gave you a challenge of creating a page using some headings. Today we're going to go over that, and then I'm also going to introduce you into lists and unordered lists and introduce you to this principle of nesting. So we're building building blocks, we're slowly adding on to it, we're using other educational sources to accelerate our learning, and we're moving towards our career of being a developer, a web developer, and just going into a new adventure. So let's keep moving forward. Now on the screen I have the instructions from last time. I want to create a page that has an H1 tag with the words hello world inside of it. Under this heading I want to have a paragraph full of lorem ipsum. Then I want you to create a H2 heading with the title of This is Awesome, and under the title 2 paragraphs full of lorem ipsum. Then create another H2 heading, coding is easy, with a single paragraph with more lorem ipsum. So let's do this. Let's jump into this. So I'm going to open up a new tab. I'm going to go to CodePen. You should have already done this, but let's go ahead and show you the answer. So I'm going to go to pin. I'm going to create a new pin, and I'm going to name this pin headings and paragraph. Let's say, well, actually, I'll just grab this here, and I'm going to name this answers headings HTML headings challenge. Okay, so move this down. So first thing we're going to do is some basic refresher. We're going to use the less than sign. That is going to create a tag, or it's going to allow us to create a tag. It's going to tell the browser we're going to do something. What are we going to do? We're going to create an H1 tag. So H stands for heading, 1 stands for the most important. Then I'm going to end that. I'm going to say, hey browser, I'm done with that instruction. Let's create it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write in the word hello world. Then I am going to do the less than symbol. Matt Damon jumps out in front of, what is he jumping in front of? He's jumping in front of the H1 tag, and then we're going to close this. There we go. I have my first one, the first section done. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a paragraph, and I want to have some lorem ipsum. So I'm going to type in over here, loremipsum.com. I'll do it this way, rather than just typing in lorem tab. I'm going to go here. I'm going to generate some lorem ipsum, do it the long way. Grab a sentence here. And let's copy this and paste it there. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a H2 tag. And in the H2 tag, it's going to say, this is awesome. Then I'm going to create another paragraph. So when you're starting out, it's good to definitely type out these paragraphs rather than copying and pasting. And what I mean by typing them out is typing out the tag, so that way we get that muscle memory. We want that muscle memory, right? Now, sometimes you'll know that you'll see me doing it, but I'm going to give you a suggestion is starting out, type it out. And I will try to do that as much as possible. So if you see me copying and pasting, my bad. So when you're starting out, type it out. That's our motto. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to say now I'm going to have two paragraphs. So I created one paragraph. Let me create another paragraph. Starting out, type it out. There you go. 2 paragraphs. Then we're going to create another one, heading 2. Coding is so easy. It is so easy. Coding is so easy. And then we're going to close that. And I'm going to add another paragraph. I'm going to add it like so. So the reason why I'm quick at this is because I've done it a million times. My first job was to take a document, a Word document, and come in, copy and paste the Word document, and put paragraph tags around everything, and put heading tags around everything to basically create it as an HTML document. That's how I learned how to do this. And so we're practicing that, right? We're practicing creating these simple document pages, because it's just going to be a building block for us going forward. Awesome. So that's it. That's our answer. Coding is so simple. Look at that. Beautiful, right? All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to now introduce you into unordered lists. So I'm going to create a new page. I'm going to go into a new CodePen. I'm going to save this one. I'm going to go into a new CodePen. And in this pin, I'm going to create this, and I'm going to name it lists, HTML lists. So we have our headings, we have a paragraph. The next thing I want to introduce you to is lists. So lists, there's two different types of lists. There's unordered lists and ordered lists. So let's first create a ordered list. So the way this works is that you create an HTML tag, just as you normally would, and you're going to use the word OL. And then I'm going to stop OL. So OL means ordered, and then L stands for list. Now you'll notice that there's nothing in it. It's because I don't have anything in here yet. Now if I put this over, let's see what happens. Okay, it creates it like this. But that's not what we want. What we actually want to do is inside of here, we're going to add a thing called a list item. So I'm going to create a new HTML tag called an LI, list item. I'm going to say item here. And then I'm going to stop my list item by Matt Damon running out and yelling stop list item, and boom, there we go. So I have an ordered list. I'm creating an ordered list. Then inside my ordered list, I'm creating a list item. So you'll see my list item is this item here. And the browser puts the number 1 next to it. And then I'm closing this list item. So what do we think is going to happen if I create another list item inside of here? Well, let's find out. When we're starting out, type it out. Another one, as DJ Khaled would say. Okay, so we have another item here. Now we have a second item, and it's counting for us. Other one. And it's counting. So you can see a ordered list is just that. It's a order of items. We have 1, 2, 3. Now, what do you think an unordered list is? Judging by your silence, I'm guessing you have the answer, and the answer is that it's going to be a not ordered list, right? So I'm going to have a list item here. And then I'm going to close. It's very important that I close. I'm opening it here. I'm closing it here. I'm opening it here. I'm closing it here. So what this is doing is this is introducing us to a term called nesting. So nesting is when you put a tag inside of a tag. So I have an ordered list, and inside of my ordered list, I have a list item. It's a tag inside of a tag. Now you'll notice that it's tabbed over. So see how I have it like this? And all of these are in line compared to this one. Well, which one is easier for us to know where the unordered list stops? Like, which list can we see where it starts and stops easier? Probably this one, because it's indented over. So the indentations, this is a coding principle that we're going to have to get really good at, and that is proper indentation or proper spacing. A lot of new developers are really bad at indentation, and we're going to practice this actually. So indentation allows us to visually see, hey, this list right here, this starts here and stops down here, and all of this stuff is inside of that list, that ordered list. Same thing here, unordered list. This item is inside of this unordered list. So I'm going to create another list item here. So a way to think of this is sort of like Russian nesting dolls. You have a doll inside of a doll. You have a big doll, and then inside of that you have smaller dolls, right? That's the same thing with HTML tags, is you have the bigger item, and then you have the items inside of it. So you can see the difference between our unordered lists. Now here's what also you can do is you can even add even more items into this. So I can, if I really wanted to, I can start mix and matching. Like I can in here create a heading tag. It's not going to be the most proper way to do it, but I can do it. And then I can also create a paragraph here if I wanted to. Again, not the most proper, but you can do it. But we'll stick with proper. I just wanted to show you that you can put items inside of items. Now, the last principle I want to show you is that with that, putting items inside of items, you can actually combine the two of these. So for example, let's say I wanted to create an unordered list. So I'm going to say UL, unordered list. So the U is unordered and the L is list. And I'm going to stop it. So start it, stop it. Get in the habit of starting and stopping, then putting the items inside of it. So I'm going to say a list item. And then I'm going to create a second one. Now, I'm going to really blow your mind because I'm going to put an ordered list inside of this unordered list. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to type in a OL. Then I'm going to end my OL. So again, practice starting, stopping. If I start something, I want to stop something. That's generally where your code is going to break the most, is when you forget to stop something. So I'm going to create another list item inside of here. So I have an unordered list, a list item, an ordered list inside of the unordered list, and then I have a list item in there. Like that. And then I'll come down here. Like this. So I have an unordered list, and inside of my unordered list, I have a ordered list. Now you're probably gonna be like, why would we ever do this? Generally speaking, you're gonna probably do an unordered list inside of an unordered list, and then you're probably still asking, why the heck would we still do this? And the reason is simple, because of navigation. This is the way you can start to create fancy drop-down navigation. So you use this, and then later on we'll learn about CSS to create those fancy drop-downs that you see everywhere. This is the basic principle. It's using the nesting principle. So again, nesting is important. Knowing where items are inside of each other is very important. Having proper indentation is important. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice this by having another challenge time. So this is our list challenge. I want you to create a new challenge tab. So I'm going to create a new code pen and call it answer for list challenge. In the next lesson, we will go over this answer. So here's what you're going to do is, first thing you're going to do is you're going to create an unordered list with 5 items. So create a simple unordered list with 5 items. Again, what is unordered list? It is UL unordered list, the U and the L. Then create an ordered list with 6 items. Ordered lists count things. They count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you start that with a O and an L. All of these have inside of them an unordered list, and an ordered list has inside of them what? A list item, an LI. Then, if you're up for it, this super duper challenge, which I believe that you can completely do, is create an unordered list with 6 items inside of an ordered list. What? Right? So this is going to be a stretch for you, but I believe that you can do it. Your goal is to at least get these first 2 done. Once you have those done, again, feel free to share your code, send it out to the world, show everyone how proud you are of yourself for accomplishing these things, because you are learning so much in your education towards becoming a web developer. Very proud of you. Keep moving forward. Coding is very simple. You got this. I believe in you. See you next time.